Our CES 2018 coverage is proudly powered by Amazon. Help support our content by going to PLUGHITZLive.com/Amazon. Hello, Internet. I'm Scott.
And I'm Danielle.
And we are here at the Plaza in Las Vegas. It is the day before CES 2018.
Yep, it is.
Tomorrow is press day, and then the show starts on Tuesday. But we are here to talk about, as a team, what we have done in the past, what we expect to see this year, and for our new team member, what he's most excited for. There's going to be, I think, 5 of us that'll be on over the hour or whatever we decide to be on. We do have an event tonight, even though CES hasn't started. We do have an event tonight.
CES is always happening.
You are the one who tells other people where to put the microphone.
I put it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So this is your 4th CES, right?
This is my 4th CES.
And they've all been a little different because we've done the live show. We've not done the live show. We're doing it this year, but totally different.
Totally different.
Than
yeah.
we've done it before.
I think this is my first time on the live show.
I think you're right. I think you were in the back of the closing.
Like signing off.
With Nakia and Eiley and like the whole group 2 years ago. But yeah, I think this is going to be the first time you're hosting.
Yeah, this is my first time hosting, and it's a single.
Yes. So it's going to be for those of you who watch our special events coverage, you'll recognize the format because this is actually the format that we based our coverage on. So the difference is there'll be one host and a guest. The guest will change out every 15 minutes on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And let's see. Alante, who will be on a little bit, is on Tuesday. Marissa is Wednesday. I'm Thursday, and you're Friday. You're closing the show.
I am.
Yes.
So my first time on the show, and I'm closing. Pretty excited about that.
And then every day after the main show, we will do kind of a wrap, and we'll talk about some of our favorite things that we saw on the floor, and there'll be 2 people every day, so we will be on 2 of the 3 days, and then on Friday we'll have like an actual closing where we'll try to get as many heads into the frame as we can. It is a very small space.
It's really interesting to see us all cram into one shot. I'm like trying to like make sure our faces are in there to say goodbye.
And the difference this time, for those who have watched the CES live show for TPN in the past, because I think we've been doing it since 2011. I think was the first year we did the live show here. We've always had an open air booth. We've had a standard booth with a hallway behind us. We've been in the North Hall, out in the outside hallway where there was nothing around us. This year we're in a room, so there are walls on all sides, so it's a little different. We're fully enclosed, and so that the thing that we tend to do is balloon out a little bit past the space that we're supposed to have, and for the closing, we usually go outside of the studio and all...
Yeah. No.
Nope. Because there's a solid wall behind us.
Take like a sledgehammer and like force your way, huh?
It is a 10 by 12. It's a pretty small little room.
Quiet too, huh?
The thing that Alante discovered earlier was if you close the door, it's really quiet. And there was construction going on. Because they're building the booths right now. There was construction going on outside.
So there's a lot of commotion,
and you couldn't hear almost any of it. And with these headsets, if you've watched any of our shows before with the headsets, you can't hear anything anyway. We can be on the show floor and you don't hear anything. But in the room, you didn't hear anything, but you also didn't get any air. So, and there are track lights in the room, and they're not the LED track lights.
So you want the door open.
I went to try and adjust one. Burned my hand real quick.
Oh, no.
So that room's going to get real hot real quick if the door is not open. So it could be really quiet, but then it would be a sauna, and we don't really want that. So I guess we should say to follow along with the coverage, plughitslive.com/CES, or by tonight, just plughitslive.com will take you to the CES page. And there you'll see this show in a little while. The live blog that is being maintained by our team, the Geek News Central team, and the Gadget Professor team. So all of us will be posting to this live blog, and it's there now. If you go and look now, you'll actually see pictures from the inside of the studio. We're at about 90% set up today, which is pretty good. I don't think we've ever been at 90% on Sunday set up. Alante's going. Mm-mm.
But you also put a lot of time into it today.
Well, we've dedicated whole Sundays to set up and not gotten to 90%, but it's a much smaller setup. We don't have 4 cameras this year. We just have 2. We don't have a dedicated producer. We don't have a dedicated graphics person. We don't have a dedicated audio person like we've had in the past. It's a very small team. The room will really, honestly, only accommodate 2 people on camera because we can't get the camera any further back. And maybe a guest or 2 waiting, and our greeter. That's all that the room's going to accommodate. Nice. It is a very small room. But I think it's going to work. It's going to be a very different show than we've done because there's not the host banter. Mm-hmm. But, and it's in the Sands this year, which is where Eureka Park is. So we've got a lot of startups. It'll be similar to our collision coverage.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot of like early stage startups with prototypes and this is the only one kind of thing. So that should be fun. Are you looking forward to getting an opportunity to be solo on air like that?
I actually am. I'm trying not to have too many expectations for being on air alone. But I think I'm prepared for the most part. So
because you've done New Product Launchpad by
yes.
yourself, which is good. And it's not like you'll be the only one in the room.
Yeah.
You'll have some sort of a greeter producer from the team in the room with you. So.
It's somewhat also similar to doing floor interviews at CES because it's very like personal. Mm-hmm. You're talking to the person. You're finding out more about the product and everything. So shouldn't be too far out of the realm.
Just be prepared with some of your favorite past CES stories in case a guest doesn't show up.
Okay. All right, I gotta come up with those.
Be prepared to vamp a little bit with some of your favorite past stories. No prime rib story from Alante.
Has it been told too many times?
No, that's just not an on-air story.
Oh. I'll hear it later, hopefully.
Oh, you've heard the prime rib story before.
Probably have.
Oh, almost certainly. But yeah, so everybody who's going to be on air, be prepared with some vamping self-banter from past CESs. Because if somebody doesn't show up, you got 15 minutes to kill. So be prepared for that.
Okay. You got to talk the 7-minute story.
The two of you have had to fill time before at either Roboticon or at
it's a whole different atmosphere.
Regional.
It's a whole different atmosphere when there's 2 people, though.
Yeah, but like I've said to you, hey, I need you to talk. Bye-bye. And
that's true, but I don't know how well I've done in those situations because you just disappeared. I'm like, hi.
Well, when a guest doesn't show up, it will be just as big of a surprise for you.
That's true.
Because you will have expected them to be there.
That is also true.
So what are you looking forward to most this year?
I am looking forward to just about, I don't know. I try not to go in with too many expectations. Okay. I hear some things here and there. I know that there's the Lyft car. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to hear more about that from different people or even from Lyft, depending on how things go.
The North, I don't remember what they call it, North Plaza, is actually entirely automotive stuff.
Yeah. Which I think the team should be included with Jacob and my dad and Issa.
It is unfortunately almost entirely invite only.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You had to have made appointments ahead of time.
Wonder what's all going down in there.
I don't know. I was looking as we were driving by today. We were looking at like the companies that are out there. There are some big guys with some space in the North Plaza.
All right. Well,
personally, I'm looking forward to Central Plaza.
Okay.
And so the convention, for those of you who have never been, the convention is currently set up in 6 primary zones. There's the Sands Expo, which is totally separate and is a lot of startups and like IoT stuff. Then there's the convention center that has 3 buildings: the South Hall, the Central Hall, and the North Hall. North Hall has a lot of automotive tech and stuff like that. South Hall lately has had a lot of like mobile stuff, phone accessories and things like that. Upstairs, there's a lot of, that's where we talked to Plantronics a couple of years ago, and there's actual phone companies and stuff. And then Central Hall is where the big guys are. That's where you find your Sony and your Samsung and your Intel and your Hisense and your TCL and Motorola, and all those guys are all in Central Hall. And then there are the Central Plaza and the North Plaza, which are both outside. North Plaza used to be the gold parking lot, which is where we used to park. It does not exist anymore.
Oh.
Very sad. Thank goodness we don't have to set up a studio at the convention center anymore. And then, that's a lot of automotive stuff. And then Central is, I don't know how companies decide that they want to be in the Central Plaza, that's where they're going to be, because it's Gibson and who else is out there this year? The French Connection.
Okay.
Has a pavilion in Central Plaza. We've had BMW out there.
Yeah.
But this year, the thing that I want to see is, so we all know that Amazon and Google have been fighting a lot. Abram and I have talked about it on the show a couple of times. And Alexa has been just trouncing Google as far as the number of things that it works with. Well, Google started building a building. It doesn't look like a tent. It doesn't look like one of these little temporary pavilions. It honestly looks like a building. They started building this thing on the 22nd of December. They are 3 weeks into this build at this point, and it is all Google Assistant. It's the first time that Google has had any presence at a conference that isn't theirs. Any presence at all of any value. And they've been working on it since the 22nd. I think it's going to be filled with new things that are Google Home compliant.
That's really cool.
I want to see all the companies that they have brought in to this relationship, because I think it's going to be a huge deal. Obviously, they're making a big deal about it because this building is unbelievable, and the monorail is Google branded this year.
Okay.
So
they're really doing it up big, huh?
They are not messing around.
They want everyone to like know that
we're here and we're serious about this. So the monorail says "Hey Google" on it, and so does the building on both sides. Like they're really serious about this. I can't wait to see what's in there. And then we get to talk to an NXP partner, which NXP is also in the Central Plaza. Hasbro, who we did an unboxing and have talked about a game that I think both of us have. And Michelle, you're welcome for talking her out of buying it the night that she saw it.
I'm absolutely obsessed with this game. It's been all over my Snapchat story because
it's called Drop Mix, and it's a new rhythm game. And it's done with NFC cards. And all the NFC is powered by NXP. Mm-hmm. Hasbro built the thing, and then Harmonix made the game.
Yeah.
So Harmonix knows rhythm games, Hasbro knows how to sell a game, and NXP is the only company that matters when it comes to NFC. It's a great relationship, and we get to go talk to Hasbro about the game. So I'm
I cannot
really
wait
excited
for that
about that
meeting.
one.
I cannot wait for that meeting. I need to like tell them how much I love what they've created.
They're going to talk to us about the future of it and the directions they want to take it. I can't wait for that one.
Oh
That
yeah,
one's
no,
gonna be cool.
definitely not. That's so cool.
And then obviously Gibson. I always love going to Gibson.
I love
and
Gibson.
So do you.
I love going to. I mean, I do love finding out new companies and new products and everything, but also really like keeping or establishing the old
Yeah.
like trust
Building
we've had with
actual
different
relationships
the
with some of the
relationships we
companies.
have with some of these companies is
Gibson and Monster and companies like that.
it's so much fun to like go back and be like, hey, how are you doing? Because you know these people and you're going back and you're talking about what else is new this year. And you can say, oh, well, last year you had this, and 2 years ago you had this,
Yep.
and 4 years ago you had this. But this year, it's something even more unique, and you get to
I
talk
can see
about
the progression
yeah.
of your thing. I can see how the guitar, the auto tuner for you, the auto tuning guitars, how that has progressed since I started a couple of years ago. For me, the company that I love to go back to is the Wireless Power Consortium. This year is going to be a little weird because John Persow's not with them anymore, so I'm going to have to interview somebody new this year, which will be bizarre. But they're doing the connected kitchen, all the stuff that we saw the prototypes for a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
They're showing.
Wasn't
for
that like
real.
the award-winning one?
Yeah, we gave them our TPN pick for CES that year, best of CES.
Definitely.
But now we're going to get to see not a prototype. Here it is. Here are the companies who are doing it. But I don't get to talk to John this year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a little weird. But obviously, I've got a relationship with some of the other people there. But,
yeah.
I get to do the same thing. 3 years ago, Danielle and I talked to you guys. We got to see a prototype of
That
this
was
thing.
so much fun.
I'm
I think
so
wasn't
glad
that
to
my
see.
first year?
Yeah.
That was
sure
so much
was.
fun. That was so much fun. And like watching all of that stuff work together
And
in a
getting to see it-
prototype.
and then getting to see it come to market.
Yeah.
Getting to see, Chi as we interviewed Chi their first year at CES in 2011 before anybody knew what wireless power was.
I was like mind blown. And then afterwards I'm like, oh, that's actually a thing. Like, or it's coming into play now. But like the first time I saw it, that's like mind blowing how something can just set it on this counter and it'll work.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
I always look forward to them. So I'm in the same boat. I like going back to those established partners that we've talked to for years.
Mm-hmm. And even like the Monster Press conference that we'll be going to
I always love the Monster Presser.
tomorrow. That
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
That's okay. LG's at 8.
Santa's
so
coming to town.
It's going to be a long day tomorrow. First time that press day is going to wear us out.
But even though it's early on press day on a Monday, it's monster.
Yeah.
And they put on a show for you. Like you
Yes,
are like sitting at the
they
edge of your chair
do.
and you are hype about like whatever's going on. And I don't even know, they have all the speakers working together around the room.
That was so cool last
and
year.
Noli comes out on his little Segway, and it is just you're excited to be there. And even though it's at 9 a.m., you won't feel like it's 9 a.m. It's like
the Segway is like a special thing for most of our
It
group
really is,
too,
yeah.
because First and Dean Kamen, who designed the technology for the Segway. So like there's an extra fun thing with the Segway for our group.
It's like a little concert, like being there at a press conference, and they're just like putting on a show for you, and they're like, okay.
And
now we're
people
playing
like-
music for you
And
on
having
this.
people like Joe Perry come out because he's going to be at the press conference
Oh, he
tomorrow.
will? Okay. Wow.
So he's a new partner. They're going to announce something. He's probably got some special designed version of the Elements that they'll be announcing. Just a guess. I don't know anything except I've been to a lot of these press conferences from Monster.
And they're all great. They're all fantastic.
There are certain things that could be predictable. There could be a Monster Blaster that's designed by him. There could be some elements that are designed by him. That's the likelihood of what Joe Perry is involved in.
Yeah.
But that's good for me. Obviously, I love my elements, but the ROCs are just elements that are designed by Cristiano Ronaldo, I think. They're a cool design. They appeal to other people, so.
Those are the ones Nakia has.
Yeah. And maybe the ones that Michelle got? I think she got the ROCs.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. We've got other people on the team that we're going to talk to. So, we'll trade you out and have Marissa come in, and then you'll come back at the end to close the show. Since you're closing Friday, you might as well close this one too.
All right. I guess I'll see you guys later.
All right. So, again, to follow along with our coverage, PLUGHITZLive.com/CES, and there you'll see all of our coverage. Anything we write, anything we publish during the week will be there. The live blog is there already. There's already 5 or 6 pictures last I checked. And then we'll be posting stuff tonight from CES Unveiled, and then tomorrow from the pressers we'll be publishing pictures all day long, and then we've got a couple of events in the evening that we'll be posting pictures from. So the live blog, I think Michelle and I have decided we're going to take charge of this. Like, we want to own the live blog this year. We got 3 teams doing it, but there's 9 of us and a total of 5 of the other 2 teams together.
You already got pictures up there.
Indeed. Well, Todd already has pictures up there. He's already beat us.
Of you.
So yeah, of me. So we want to, of only our team, in fact, it's 3 of our team members, which is kind of funny. But I want us to own the live blog this year. So you'll see a lot of content from us. Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Marissa Sherrick.
And this is your second CES.
Second CES, yes.
What are you most excited for?
The robots, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Fair enough. There's going to be a lot of
AI.
robotic stuff this year and a lot of AI stuff.
A lot of AI and VR too, I'm hoping.
There's apparently, according to the emails that we've been getting, there's like a whole section of upstairs of North Hall. Maybe it's upstairs at the Sands. That's all AI powered stuff.
Yeah, there's like a lot of companies there. So that's what I'm excited about. And then, of course, Ozobot is going to be there. And they were my first interview at the Showstoppers last year. So they have a special place in my heart. And
it's interesting because Danielle and I were just talking about how we like to build some relationships with some companies and go back and see them year after year. Yeah. And it sounds like they might be yours.
They might. They're so cute and functional. That's
Indeed.
Important thing. You learn. But yeah, I'm excited.
I think Tom's Guide did a review of them recently or sometime this year, and it's one of their favorite robotic programmable toys for kids.
It is, yeah.
So they gave it really high marks, so you picked a good one to become friends with.
Yep.
So how about the events, the not CES? Is there anything that you're really, Showstoppers or Unveiled or the China First or the Sony press conference or any of the not CES propers or anything you're...
Well, Showstoppers is always really fun because they are Showstoppers. You're like, every booth you're just amazed at seeing. So,
there's nothing that you look at and you're like...
Like, there was like even like phone cases there, but they were like cool technology. So you're like, okay, these are cool. Yep. So.
Yeah, like the ones from Mega Tiny Corp that I interviewed last year with the suction cups on the back that we used
at
Roboticon and at the Robot in a Weekend to attach one of the cameras to the field so that we could get a point of view shot of the field, which was a really cool idea.
Yeah, so it's just
so even phone cases, you're like, wow, or a light bulb. He also had a light bulb, but you're like, wow, that's not just a light bulb. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so yeah, Showstoppers. I'm excited for that one too.
You also see some bizarre stuff. The laundry folding machine.
Yes,
but it was cool. Genius. But it was bizarre. But it was really cool.
Yes. So yeah.
What was your favorite interview overall last year?
Favorite interview.
Yeah,
overall.
that you did. Favorite company you interviewed.
Honestly, I don't like. Oh, it's hard. So hard. Half of them I was terrified, and the other half I'm like, this is super cool. Okay.
Because it was the beginning of solo stuff for you.
It was. It was like no one else was there. I was on the camera and had another person.
And you had to actually lead a conversation.
I did. It was fun.
You're a lot more comfortable now. You've done some Launchpad episodes.
I have, yes.
So that's good. You're a lot more comfortable with solo stuff, which is good because on Wednesday you're going to be doing the solo show on live. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes. It's going to be terrifying, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
It'll be good. Just plan out a couple of regular questions. Yep. You know, the questions that we usually ask. How did you come up with it? When is it available? How much is it?
I have
Be
a
prepared
notepad
for that,
in my pocket.
and that helps.
I really do have notepads and
do you?
pens
Good.
in my pockets that I have notes on.
That's
like
good.
How to talk. So it's like I'm prepared, and I'm hoping for a better year. So try to get more comfortable with talking to people.
That's good.
Yep. So
you've done really well on the new product Launchpad. So
it's good to hear.
And you're solo on that too.
I am.
You're by yourself, and you don't even have the other person like to make eye contact with. You've got to pretend that you're looking at a little screen on the camera that's maybe this big.
They're like behind.
That's
me.
as close as you get because the person's behind you.
Yep. So so it's a little bit easier with another person there.
Yeah. It gets a lot easier when you can look the person in the eye, make eye contact. You feel less like you're a crazy person talking into the air.
Yes.
I totally understand. I do that with Avram every week.
Yep.
So we should be seeing him tonight, which I'm looking forward to. He should be at Unveiled tonight. Fingers crossed.
I haven't seen him since last year.
No.
So
CES is when I get to see him. Obviously, I talk to him every week because we do a show together, but I only see him at CES, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. It's very interesting.
So,
CES.
So what has you on the? Do you have like a company that you really, on the show floor, you really want to go seek out and talk to? Because we've all been getting inundated with emails for weeks.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you read and you're like, that sounds awesome, that you're hoping you can find?
I saw a couple, but I'm just gonna walk around and see like what I can find.
Sure.
I'm just like anything. I'm gonna be like there. That's what I have to go to. I'm just gonna be like wait for it and see what's there.
There's a company called Autonomous that makes a sit-stand desk that adjusts with you. Like if you stand up, it'll just go.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you, hey, you've been sitting here too long. You should stand up. And like it'll interact with you. They're right down the hall from us, from where the studio is, and they're giving some of them away this week.
What?
So
everyone has to go to that booth and be like chatting them up.
Because the tables interact with you, the tables are going to choose who wins. Isn't that awesome?
What?
The tables are going to choose who gets one of their products.
I'm scared.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of power to put into the hands of the machine or table of the machine.
They're definitely showing off their technology though, so I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to switch out. I'm going to make you practice.
You're making practice
already. A couple of minutes of vamp.
Okay.
It's not going to be a couple minutes because Alante is going to be in just a second, but I'm going to make you talk for a minute.
I'm being tested. That's
yes, you are.
Well, yep. Second CES, so I'm not a newbie, but I'm still pretty new at this, so it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see what happens, and I know Wednesday's going to be fun to do my own live show, but as long as I get, like, a few good interviews, I think I'll be happy with myself. But
hello.
I'm not alone anymore.
I've come to the rescue. Rescue you from vamping.
Thank you.
My name is Alante Sparks. How are y'all doing today? I know you guys aren't used to seeing this beautiful face too often, but I am here.
And what are you doing here?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm here to to just enjoy everything that is CES 2018. I mean, last year was just full of surprises, good and bad. Lots of good. Lots of good. But I mean, there was so much content, so many people we talked to.
What was one of your favorite things of last year?
So one of my favorite one of my favorite products to talk to, and it was kind of my favorite person to talk to, maybe look at, was it was a spinning projector thingamabob. So basically,
LEDs, right?
yeah. What it was a
holograph.
a holograph that it's kind of a fan. All right, and so when it spins, they project the hologram image onto this object that's spinning, and it can create 3D images. It can create really whatever image they wanted. And the crazy thing about it was because a lot of people in their area kind of had this same idea. People had, like Pikachu and stuff, and it was like, oh, cool. But this particular company,
Which is Kinomo.
Kinomo, they can string together an infinite number of them, like however many they want. So if a company is like, I want something that's a gajillion feet tall, and they're like, okay, here's a half a gajillion devices, and and they can project whatever they want, 2D, 3D, whatever.
And it was mostly used for advertising, right? That's what they were promoting it for.
Exactly. But I mean, the possibilities are practically endless, as far as what you could do with it. But yeah, it would mostly be used for advertising. Fancy billboards.
Fancy billboards.
But yeah, that was for sure the most interesting product to talk about. One of the funnier ones to talk about. It's just got a funny name, but it was a cute little product. It was called the Tittle Light. And I know that sounds really bad. Bear with me here. It's a square, or it's not square because it's a three-dimensional object. It's a cube, glass thingamabob that it was the LEDs kind of sat in a grid, also in a cube, and they can create like kind of 8-bit images that can be layered and can change. So like, let's say a fire, like they're like, yeah, we want to make a fire out of these LEDs. Well, you kind of make this 8-bit looking fire, and then they can animate it, and then it can have layers since it's in a 3D grid. And so it was just the most interesting thing I've seen. They made like cocktail glasses, out of LED lights. It was just something real simple, but very interesting. And the coolest part about it is you talk to them, and it's like, wow, this is a really cool little novelty or whatever. Well, now I'm seeing ads for it on Instagram. So it's like, wow, like
every time you see it, you're like, I saw that.
Yeah, that's probably the most fun thing outside of the show, is when you're home and you're doing whatever, and then you're like, huh, an advertisement for this person I talked to. Wow, that's really cool. So
what are you hoping to find this year?
So that's a good question. My favorite, there are a couple of things I like to do, and that's one of them is I love to talk to the startups, because like you guys were just kind of mentioning, building those relationships with these guys who are there, they're almost desperate to show you the thing that they invented, or that, or whatever. It's really nice to build a relationship with these people and then watch them grow as the years go on. It's also nice to go to these events that happen after the shows. those are the most interesting. I mean, you guys were talking about Monster and everything. I mean, Monster gave me my first concert with Alicia Keys. And so, I mean, there's just all sorts of things to look forward to. As far as like a product is concerned, I don't know. I just keep an open mind and hope for the best. I have not been let down yet. So.
And guys, last year, Marissa actually interviewed a company that went on Shark Tank. It was Benji Lock.
Benji
Lock.
Remember that?
Yes. I remember
They got
that.
$100,000
Wow, I forgot about
on
that.
Shark Tank, yeah.
And he was
interviewed him
so
first.
happy to be at CES. I remember that interview. Like, he was there. He got an innovation award for it. And it was just like he was so happy to be there and to tell people what he was doing. And when he went on Shark Tank, I remember, like, I think, like, everyone on the team was kind of like, oh, my goodness, he's on our feed. We know him. And I was a little, like, inflated to be like, oh, my goodness, on Shark Tank.
I mean, that's exciting, you know, to talk to this person who's super passionate about, you know, like they've put all of their time and money into this thing that they believe in. And then, again, to watch them actually go and become something is just...
And that's a lot of what CES is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what you see here is what you will see for, like, the rest of the year.
Right. It's either they're gonna tank or they're gonna go be something. So that's so I mean that's shark puns. So yeah, that's always exciting. Let's see here. What kind of past experiences have you had that like stuck with you?
Ooh, that's... I've only been doing this for 1 year, so my experiences are limited to like 1 week. But like in that week, you get so many stories out of it.
It's true.
Like even after CES is like you're out of the building, there's still so many more things to do.
Absolutely. So many inside jokes that get created.
It is. And just like
so many memorable stories and everything. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. You know, it's something I wouldn't trade for the world. I mean, even just like last year at the tail end of our experience, going over to Gibson where they had a live concert going on, you know,
so amazing.
And we got to just relax, you know, for once. We got to relax, chill to music, you know, talk to people who we already had a good relationship with, you know, and it's, you know, these are the things I look forward to. It's just all of the random
meetings, people.
Just random everything.
And it is. We ran into some people that we didn't even know were going to be at CES, like other media groups, and we're just like, wait, what? Just walking down the strip, we met them, and it's just like, wow. Like,
so some people we like. Well, we're kind of a boisterous group. We you know we kind of make a ruckus on monorails and in hallways and things like that. So people tend to kind of remember us.
Us no.
And so when we're making these ruckusi, we make friends along the way. And sometimes these friends are like big shots. You know, they turn out to be, you know, either like a CEO of a company or they turn out to be, you know, the engineer of some new product or something. And we end up making really good friends with them. Or they're like the head of a blog that's like, you know, crazy big. And it's like, wow, I just told you a crazy joke. I'm sorry. You know, but I mean...
That's what it's about, though. CES is like trading business cards on the monorail while you're going to CES.
Absolutely.
And like meeting booths. Like I remember on the monorail, we met a company, and they're like, "Hey, come visit us, check us out at our booth." And they did. It was like wrote their booth number on the back of their card, and we're giving them out. And it was just like, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's true. It's something. And like I was telling some of the new people for this year, and you can kind of chime in on this from your experience last year. when you go into the main hall with the big like millions and millions of dollars booths, the giant booths by like Samsung and Microsoft and all that, it's like it blows your mind. Because some of these booths are like as big as neighborhoods. I've lived in an apartment complex that was smaller than some of these booths. So it's insane.
And the amount of people too.
Yeah.
Like they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And like everyone there, has a reason to be there.
That's
so
true.
It's like every person you meet, you're kind of like, okay, so why are you here?
You almost kind of I know what I do. I always kind of think rapidly of how do I want to interact with this person, because are we going to be friends because you're going to be like this CEO or whatever, or are you just going to be like a fellow media person, and are we going to laugh and joke and banter about stuff that's going on or stuff that's bothering us. So I don't know. I look forward to it. Let's see. Is there? I think we're going to swap you out for another
our new
person.
guy.
Yeah, for the
you get
new
to see
guy.
a new face.
So I'm gonna vamp a little bit. CES has just been an experience every single time. Make sure you stay tuned to F5 Live/CES for all of our coverage this year for 2018. We have so much in store for you guys, and we've got so much in store for you, my friend. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world.
Hello, I'm Jacob.
Jacob what?
Jacob Cannon.
Pleasure to meet you, Jacob. This is my first time meeting you, right?
Other than the Subway sandwich over there just a minute ago.
Well, yeah, my sad sandwich. No, it's a pleasure. Pleasure to meet you here. So what's your mindset?
I have no expectations whatsoever.
None. Are you just keeping a blank mind to be filled in by the wonderfulness that is CES, or are you just like, yeah?
I'm keeping my mind blank to just experience it.
Okay.
Going in. There are a few things that I've seen online that I do want to see while we're here. LG's got this new OLED screen that I want to see.
All right. Yeah.
As well as the lift car Danielle was talking about.
Absolutely.
So there's some things I want to see.
Oh, good. Yeah, that is definitely exciting news there. I did hear about LG's new products. That should be fun. I'm actually hoping to talk to TCL again this year because they were fun last year. And I hope that they're more fun this year, and hopefully we'll get a slightly better video. But anything like in particular, like any type of either like show or anything that you're looking forward to? Nothing. You're just like,
I'm ready to just experience whatever y'all throw me into.
Well, this should be fun. Because I'm going to watch this one just
and a throwing we shall do.
Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. One thing I'm going to do is just like what we were talking about with Marissa, is I want to see your face as we go into each hall, because when we go in the startup hall, it's like there are tons of people and everybody's trying to grab your attention and blah, 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 all this stuff. And that's going to be an experience of its own. It's very, very taxing. However, as we progress and get to these bigger companies, you'll get to see how hard it is to talk to someone because there's hardly anyone to talk to. They're not trying to grab your attention at that point. You're trying to find someone who actually knows what they're talking about and can be on camera. But you're also trying to navigate yourself around this giant neighborhood that is these booths. Have you seen any of them at all? Oh man,
yeah.
you are just in. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the expressions on your face. Just drool. I know that's what I did. I don't know about you. I'm a drooler. So I drooled when I first saw. I think the first booth I saw when we walked into what is it, Central Hall? Central Hall was Intel. It was massive. It was absolutely massive, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It's just it's a chipset company, and I did not expect them to have a booth bigger than my house. So it's just incredible. Now let me ask you this. What was I going to say? Are there any food places that you're looking forward to tackling while we're here? I know that's an off-ball question.
It is off-ball. No, nothing
Off-ball.
Particular.
Have you been to Wahlberg's yet?
No, I have not.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I hear a lot of ahs. We didn't go there yet. Yeah, Wahlberg's is that's the place to go. It's Mark Wahlberg and his brother. They've got a burger joint out here, and we discovered that last year, and it was it last year or was it the year before? Last year, year before, and it was one of the two, and it was just, oh my gosh, their food is incredible. So hopefully we get to do that. And I mean, there's much more to look forward to. So any last words for our audience here that you want to give?
Not only is this my first CES, this is my first time in Las Vegas.
Oh,
so the whole experience of just everything.
Oh
yeah.
Man,
like a toddler at Christmas.
If only we could talk about the steak story. Another time. I'll tell you all about it. It's great. All right. I believe we are doing our last little bit of the show here, so we're gonna bring Danielle back on to close this bit out. The first thing I would like to do as Danielle gets adjusted here is thank you all for watching. I know we've got a whole lot of very dedicated fans that have been watching us for a very long time. I know I show up only occasionally, but from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you guys, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this.
We really want it. And this year we have a really great team.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
We've got 9 people total.
9 people.
So it's about the same amount as last year, but this year we're all dedicated. We're all in. Mm-hmm. It's going to be so much fun. We've got 2 newbies like Jacob and also Chase.
I really look forward to getting them just getting them acquainted, seeing how they react to everything that we're used to. Because you're on year 4, I'm on year 6.
Yeah.
And so even that just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, it's
I've
crazy.
been here 6 times, and I'm jaded at this point. Like, I mean, there's stuff that I do get excited about, but I know what to expect.
Yeah, like the wow factor is kind of like diminishing. Right?
Yeah.
But for them, like walking into the halls, seeing Intel's booth, like you were talking about earlier, it's quite the wow factor. Like, it's so much fun, and I can't wait to see all of these experiences happen for these people. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. One little quick thing I would like to say that put a smile on my face was, as we were setting up the TPM booth today, there was a little stairway that led to above the booth. They closed it off shortly after I got off, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. But I got to see pretty much every booth in that room. Yeah. Unfinished. Okay. So I got to see completely broken everything. Yeah, it was, and that's something I hadn't seen before out of the 6 years, and so I was like, huh. It's raw. It was very raw, CES. Very raw. Just like I like my steak. Anyway, so again, we want to thank you guys. Definitely stay tuned for all of our coverage. We have so much to show you guys. I believe
more stacked this year than we have ever been. We're going to have more content. We're going to have videos out of the wazoo, so keep your eyes glued to the screen.
You could also help support our coverage by shopping on Amazon by going to PLUGHITZlive.com/Amazon.
I know you all are on Amazon. I know you are.
Use our link.
Do it.
It'll be fun. Fun for you, fun for me.
All right. Well, if you want to go ahead and reintroduce yourself to the world again.
Hi, my name is Alante.
I knew she was going to do that. You're actually anti-Alante.
Hi, my name is My name is Danielle.
And my name is Alante. I'm the real one.
And stay tuned for CES coverage. Just go to PLUGHITZlive.com/CES. And you'll see all of the great stuff. Stay tuned for months to come. We'll see all kinds of great stuff.
PLUGHITZ Live, F5 Live. Check all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Just stay tuned. Periscope, I forgot about that one. That's where we're going to have our live shots. We're going to have a lot of live content. We're going to have we're just going to be uploading like crazy.
And even check out for our Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat will have that going.
We've got some live coverage showing up there behind the scenes.
Yep.
Some of the things we see, but we don't always show on the show.
Yeah, I'm a pictureaholic, so I'm going to be taking pictures like crazy, and we're going to be uploading them. So yeah, stay tuned.
Definitely.
And we've got we've just got so much content for you guys. All right.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for staying tuned. See you later.